Welcome to the GOODFELLAS podcast.
Episode 10! I'm Brayden.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Logan.
Special guest.
I'm Jared. Buongiorno.
We're doing the Stanley Kubrick episode.
Oh, snap.
Okay, let's start with Stanley Kubrick, exclamation mark, question mark, before the S.
No.
And then over, down in this area, over here, put a meme of all the Kubrick stairs.
Ooh, right.
Can you put the Full Metal Jacket guy
Right.
on my face? Can you put him?
And then, can you cover the entire text with the whole cast of Barnyard on motorcycles?
Yeah.
That's a good one. So...
Alright, let's kick it off. So I think Kurosawa... Wait, what?
So how we're going to do is we're going to go from earliest to newest, talk about the film, and then tell you where it lies on our ranking list.
Oh,
Damn right.
I'm 100%, Ethan's 100%. This loser's got one left. And
I'm 100% queer.
Starting at the bottom, his first short, Dave the Fight. Dave the Fight is a short about boxing.
a boxer in the day in the life of a fight.
A boxer who's a twin.
Whoa.
Yeah, and
Twin in them.
Plot
it is in my humble opinion, it is mid.
It is very mid.
It's something.
It is a short film that exists, and it came out in 1951.
I don't give a shit about any of the shorts.
Right, but I still think this one's the best. Out of all of them?
That's fair.
Out of all
This
of
one's
them,
mid,
you see
but it's the
Kubrick.
best.
You see Kubrick
Right,
in the short.
I saw that when you scroll down.
Yeah.
Out of all of
Wow.
them, Day of the Fight is the best one.
Right,
Yeah.
I liked when he gets rubbed in the face,
Yeah.
which happens also in Killer's Kiss.
I forget what.
They like get rubbed up,
Oh,
so
they
they
get
like
rubbed up.
slick or something.
I
I
have
don't
this
know
one in
boxing.
13 out of 16.
Oh shit.
Get your
You have it
fucking
at
phone.
13.
I have it at 13 out of 16.
I have it at 10 out of 14.
Whoa.
Holy.
You didn't watch it.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh my god.
DNF.
At number 2, we got Flying Padre that came out the same year.
Yep.
And I also don't give a shit about this one.
Oh.
But this time I give less of a
Less
shit.
of a shit, that's
Less
right.
of a shit.
Somehow this was like 7 minutes, and I still was like,
Yeah.
it felt longer than it was.
I was
That's a good way of saying
You were
it.
a
Amen.
flying dad.
I have it at 15th.
Whoa.
15 out of 16.
I also have it at 15 out of
Alright.
16.
I have it at 12 out of 14.
Hey.
How many
Okay.
beats do you actually get?
I watch everything but Spartacus. Well,
And
and
the
the
shorts.
shorts.
All shorts.
I
So
didn't watch a single short. Fuck those.
next we got
His feature
his
length.
first feature-length film, but I don't count it because he disowned it himself.
Yeah.
Fear and Desire, 1953.
He hates his own work.
This is trash.
It's this
Right?
one.
Kubrick hates his own shit.
He doesn't.
It's this one and The Killing
Didn't
that
he
he's
regret
disowned.
Lolita too?
he
He's
didn't.
like,
He
"Oh,
disowned the killing.
No, I don't think so.
He disowned The Killing.
regretted.
The Killing.
He
I
regrets
just said
something.
The Killing. He regretted, or maybe Killer's Kiss.
I feel
I
like
don't know.
the killing.
But I do know that he disowned Fear and Desire in one of his other ones.
He's like,
Well, so is Lolita.
I don't know anything about the plot.
I
Me neither.
It's stupid.
There was a lake one time, and it takes place during the war.
It had some very
Um,
weird visuals. Every time I looked
yeah,
up, the
right.
soldiers were changing colors.
Yeah, right.
And then I go right back down to my phone.
yeah.
It's because you see the Kubrick because the guy's going insane, but it just makes no sense. Like once he's alone with the girl, that's when he gets all freaky.
Really?
If my life
You're
was
the one I don't know.
if my life was on the line, I couldn't tell you one thing about this.
Yeah. Jared is the most intense. I played Elden Ring the whole time. I beat the shit. Like, I beat this boss. I was actually going crazy.
I like how almost 100% of the audio was dubbed over in post.
Right.
And it,
I did notice
it was
that. It was really weird.
really bad.
Yeah. I have it in last place.
It's 15,
Bad.
15 out of.
I got last two out of my.
It's
14.
15 out of 16 on my list.
Okay, it's 16 out of 16 for me.
12 out of 12.
I think you watched it.
Yeah, I watched Frank.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
okay,
feature
okay.
length.
Yeah, I got it last. 14 out of 14.
Yeah. It's
Perfect.
dog water.
It is trash.
It's
I don't
awful.
consider it Kubrick. It's so shit.
Next, we have another short. His last short, Thank the
And
Heavens.
his first one in color.
And his first one in color. The Seafarers.
Now this one, I didn't give a shit, but I gave the least shit I've ever given in my life.
See, I gave a shit,
I
but
gave a shit.
I didn't.
What are you gonna say?
Is it about seafarers?
It is.
It's-
Which is just sailors, but people who
But-
don't really
he
happen to
he
shit.
literally just said, "Let me make a short about something no one gives a fuck about."
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
you can tell it was a commissioned work. Like,
Yeah,
he had
you
no.
can tell it's like
Yeah.
if you were about to go in the career, you would get shown this or something,
Mhm.
and then that's
it
it.
literally feels like something you get shown in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, some shots were cool,
Yes.
Yeah,
some
but
were
it's just
fine.
it's more
like,
informative.
and it was the amount of times a good drinking game. The amount of times they say seafarers in the
Right,
movie,
yeah.
you would die.
It's a cool word.
You would
I
die.
I didn't believe it was a half hour long, because
No, I watched it 2x speed on YouTube, and it felt half an hour. So
All the shorts I had a rubber ball and I was just throwing it for a long time.
yeah, this one I didn't give
Give
a shit. Hey!
16 out of 16.
14 out of 16.
11 out of 14.
Now we're into what
Real
I
movies.
think is his actual first debut, directorial debut,
Yeah.
and the recommendation,
Wow.
Killer's Kiss.
Ah!
So I think we all get nope,
Yeah.
and you guys
The
are
whole
gonna
car right here was just art. We're the
Yeah.
same.
be, yeah,
They're trying to be twins.
yeah, we're twins.
Here's Ethan Pointer.
He like every weekday he goes over to my house and we go
Looks through
behind
the
we
window.
go behind the garage, the second garage, and he just sucks my cock.
Oh my god!
Like, he just gives me
Put
the
a-
sloppiest top.
Put a video of me sucking
Yeah,
his dick
put
on the
a
screen.
video.
All right, Killer's Kiss.
Yeah. This fucking was so lame.
I really tried to care.
Yeah,
Me too.
okay. I saw footage like Carson Runquist, YouTube.
Yeah.
He kind of slightly reviewed it on one of his monthly recap videos,
Yeah.
and the footage he was showing, I was like, dude, this kind of looks cool.
What did he think?
He thought the same.
But it
But I was like, dude, this looks really well shot. It looks cool as hell. I didn't give a shit. Hey, hey.
But it was like mid 50s, like the decade, and it felt like kind of Streetcar Named Desire, but it was a lot less boring. Still well made.
I think
But-
Streetcar Named Desire is way. Well, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
there was distinct visions of what became to be his style.
Yes.
I did see that. So like he was still trying to find himself, but holy shit, was it
that's
boring.
So deep.
His whole 50s era was him trying to find himself.
Yeah.
He really found it hard. He was like
He found it-
so bad, and then he was like, oh, "I'm amazing now."
Yeah.
Like, it was weird. It's weird as fuck.
Ooh, wow. It was right after The Killer, and then he did Pass the Glory, and from there on, it's just a
I
phenomenal
think from the killer,
career.
from the killing from then on.
A lot of people say The Killer's his first good one. I agree, but the mannequin scene,
That was really good.
that one was good.
I did not care. I was on my phone.
I don't know.
No, I was very bored the whole time. I watched on a car ride where anything.
Yeah.
Right.
I was pretty bored, and then the mannequin scene came on. I'm like, dude, this is kind of like
Yeah.
what he would do. This kind of feels like
Yeah.
decent middle era.
I rated it and put up
Yeah.
wait for Goodfellas podcast. And I saw your review saying mannequin. I genuinely had no idea what you're talking about. I had no clue. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I have it written that this was the one he disowned with Fear and Desire.
Right. It's like, it's well, at that point, like when the mannequins came, it was like, this is like, I just don't care right now, so why should I care that there's a mannequin?
Yeah.
Well, I think the filmmaking just gets exponentially better in that one scene.
Yeah. And then it goes back to whatever.
Yeah. It is so far his best shot movie by a landslide.
So far, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
far,
His,
his
yeah, I
filmography,
think like
yes.
in
From-
life. I was like,
No,
wow.
no, no. And it's decently well shot.
He's,
You know, it's a noir.
he's still finding himself, but he's doing a fine job at it.
How old was he here?
Huh?
How old
I
was he?
think he was in his.
He was in his late 20s.
Was he late 20s? That was early. 20s.
Or maybe it was, no, yeah, because he made Pass the Glory when he was like,
24 or something.
I think so. He
Yeah.
was young. I have it in 12th out of 16.
I also have it at 12 out of 16.
I have it out of 11 out of 12.
Oh, okay.
I have it 13 out of 14.
You would put
Yeah.
the shorts above this.
I would.
Even the seafarers?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I didn't really care for it. I was like, whatever. It's informative. I don't want to be informed, but you know, it's there.
Up next, in 1956, we got The Killing.
The Killing.
This is what I consider his first actual...
This is his first movie.
This is his first movie
this
ever.
is his debut.
He never made anything before.
I didn't see it.
Why are you covering your ears?
You
Because I
didn't
didn't
see
see it. I don't want to know anything.
No spoilers.
Oh.
Should I leave the room?
It's
Should I leave the room?
That was kind of funny.
Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
fuck off.
Anyway, no, The Killing. Dude, it's awesome.
It's pretty good. I think I gave it like a 3.5. 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
I gave it an 8.
Me too.
And
Yeah, but that's...
it is okay. Killer's Kiss. His attempt at a noir.
Yeah.
Boom. Kind of mid.
This was his Succession.
Then The Killing. He's like, dude, now I can make a noir, and I can actually make
A movie.
a movie that's good.
Yeah.
That's great. And then he went from shit director to the best of all time.
The heist itself was great,
Yeah.
but the build-up I found boring at some parts. I was in and out of...
The pacing could use some work.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though it's pretty short, I think.
Yeah, it's
85 minutes.
Yeah.
But I still think that could have been cut a little bit. I can say proudly it's his first...
And the writing's really tight and
Yeah.
just good.
The heist is really awesome. Like I was like, whoa, this is epic. And then the aftermath of the heist is like.
There was a lot of good, I'm gonna say Kubrick shots in this movie. There was one when he's in the apartment, and I forget what it was on. It was on him walking into the apartment, and you could tell like that's a Kubrick shot. I have it at 11 out of 16.
I have it at 10 out of 16.
I have it at a 6 out of 12.
Wow.
Holy
That's
shit!
pretty high.
Yeah, you have
Holy
really,
shit!
you have
That's
really
so
shitty.
fucked up. Next up is one of my favorite Kubrick movies, and maybe one of the biggest step ups in a career I've ever seen. Paths to Glory.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That was
Yeah.
great. Okay, I fucking love this movie.
This was pretty. Yeah.
War is my fucking genre. It's everything. And this movie, it's set in 1916, which I've seen 1917 and Westfront 1916.
Wow, who cares?
I'm saying for a World War I movie set in this time, it's the best one that was made at that
Sure.
in the timeline.
Kurt Douglas is my dad.
Kurt
He
Douglas
is
did
so
really good.
Oh my god.
It was really good.
He's
Have
got
you
a
seen-
great face.
Have
He
you
does.
seen anything else with
He's a fuckable face.
Kirk Douglas?
I've seen his son a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Michael Douglas.
So he made this movie when he was 28.
This was the one he made when he was 20.
He was 28 and made this movie.
And this is
Yeah,
the
well.
first movie where every shot is fucking insane.
Yeah, and then
It really, especially in the trenches.
The dolly shot. This is where he gets his dolly
Yeah.
shots.
right.
Yeah.
The tracking shots of him in the trenches just
So good.
so
And then like
hard.
the end with like the emotion, because that's what like his films really don't. Because either they hit on quality or they hit on emotion, and this like brought both of them. And it
Yeah.
was so good.
I really fuck with war movies that capture the insanity of a soldier. And there were some spaces in here where that was really shown. There was a lot of great acting.
Oh yeah.
Also, was it the general? Fuck that guy. The scar.
facts.
Yeah, fuck that
I think
guy.
my grandpa would love this movie.
Yeah. There were a lot of the set designs were great.
Yeah.
Sound design was great. When they were
Sound design was really good.
sound design was really good for. I think this was really ahead of its time. It did not feel like a 50s movie.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like that though.
And it's kind of crazy how even it's 88 minutes, and you care about these three guys
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. When
It's
they were
kinda
when they
crazy.
were locked up, that
Mhm.
scene where the priest comes in and
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Fuck God!"
Right.
And that scene was really good. Lots
Yeah.
of great acting.
It's a fantastic movie.
But I just the like last 5 minutes when it's like that girl on stage and everyone's like singing and it's like creepy shots of every dude like drooling.
Yeah,
I don't understand what the reason was that.
it's Kubrick. Who the fuck cares?
It's awesome. It's brilliant.
Masterpiece right there.
But I am kind of. I think I like Kirk Douglas in this more than I did Spartacus. But I also think.
I disagree.
Yes.
But I do
I
think.
completely agree.
But
Well, I think he got more range out of Spartacus.
Spartacus. Not the better movie, but. Fuck you. It's one of the best war movies of all time. On my war ranked. That's
Holy
right.
moly.
I got an 8.
It's also the top highest on my black and white.
Wow.
Your black and white list.
7 movie black and white list.
Literally
it
fucking
seven?
black and white.
7
list.
Let's
movies.
go.
Oh my god.
He went from 4 to 7 real quick, didn't he?
What do you have to say about this movie?
Yeah.
It was really good. I don't know. It wasn't like it was great.
What'd you rate it?
4. Yeah.
Gave it a 9.5.
I gave it a 9.
I give it a 9.
It's fourth out of 16th.
Wow.
Fourth out of 16.
5th out of 12.
It's 3rd out of 14.
Whoa, it's 8 out of 16.
Holy shit, that's low.
That's fair.
Yeah, but it's a 9
But you
out
still
of 10.
gave it a 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a Kubrick.
I feel like
Cooper
Every-
file. Cooper file.
that's not really.
You dick ride the shit out of this guy.
Yeah, but doesn't everybody?
No,
Besides you.
not me, not Jared.
I don't
I-
dick ride him. I enjoy his company.
No, but literally all of his movies,
Don't dick
literally all of his movies have a 4.3.
It's not that
Yeah.
okay, I wouldn't
So
say I
do
dick
demons.
ride. I wouldn't say I dick ride, but I suck the dick, if you know what I mean. I don't ride it.
I pleasure.
I only suck it.
I would-
I pleasure the dick.
I wouldn't ride.
I would take his shaft.
Okay, so the next film.
No, we're not
Whoa,
there yet.
Gone.
Fuck off. Okay, next up is Spartacus.
Yeah.
I fucking love this movie.
It was really good.
I actually love it.
I watched the first 15 minutes maybe, I don't know. I was like, this reminds me of Gladiator, except I really don't care. Like I cannot.
That's
When does the 15 minutes end?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, too big into Elder Ring?
I love movies that follow this time period, like
Yeah.
Sparta and all
I
that
do,
shit.
Like, this is through many years.
But Hollywood's only done like 3 good films about like Sparta and Greece and all that.
It's such an interesting period in history.
And I feel like a lot of people could do it really good, but there's been way too much downfall in this genre.
Downfall of Rome.
That's deep.
This movie did so much for me where it was like I was completely entertained until like 45 minutes. I said this is my review. And then once that happened, that's when people revolted, and I think it was timed very well, where it was like stuff kept developing and it was like a long period of time, but stuff still got boring over time because it was 3 hours plus, and that just doesn't work well for my brain.
For a 3.5 hour movie, I loved every second of it.
But it's because you're weird.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
The set design was amazing.
That's true.
I'd say it's probably his second best set design.
Which is number 1? Oh yeah, right.
You know what I found?
Forgot about that.
2001.
Fuck
Set
2001.
the set design in that movie is crazy.
Set
In
design. That's like
2001,
the
yes.
best set design.
Yeah, that's
For real.
my favorite.
I think I'd still put it below Spartacus.
Because it's
That's fair.
a spaceship instead of
Yeah.
all of ancient
Yeah.
whatever.
But, yeah, set design's crazy.
I'm curious on how the director that made movies like Eyes Wide Shut and The Clockwork Orange goes from this movie where Varvania, her like nipples are covered like so expertly the entire time, which I mean, you know, who cares, right? You know?
Me. I care.
But then he just goes off and is like, all right, I'm gonna make a movie with
Well, I
everybody
think
fucking
it's
in a
limitations of
You guys remember
whatever.
Do you guys remember the granny pussy from The Shining?
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
God, yeah.
It's my wallpaper.
If any movies aren't Kubrick, it's this one.
Yeah,
It's
This
it's
one
more of
also-
a journey.
This one also, like the Seafarers, it also felt like a commission work, which it was.
meaning like he didn't.
Yeah,
Like-
do it.
like-
director
he got-
for hire. He
Yeah.
was like,
Oh, okay.
This one
I-
didn't
I-
really either.
It almost felt like he didn't have any control because it did not feel like a Kubrick movie.
It literally just felt like any other Hollywood.
Yes, as a Kubrick movie, I'd rate it low, but I actually really like it. So
Unlike you guys, I don't care about this time period.
yeah,
I don't really care.
you hate like historical anything.
I do.
Yeah,
I really
do you
do.
hate this more like than Victorian era?
Victorian era is.
Like Brayden.
I do hate the Victorian
Victoria,
era.
okay,
Yeah.
to be fair, Victorian era is like just fuck you boring. You know, it's like,
Right.
dude,
Barry Lyndon though.
well, fuck you.
Yeah.
But like, you don't like medieval shit, do you?
The thing is, I've seen more Victorian. Have I seen more?
Victorian is like 18th century Britain, right?
Yeah, it's awful.
Queen Victoria.
It's awful. I find this, I find this whole aesthetic just so like whatever.
I disagree, but I also respect that.
Like
I can see why people don't like it, but if you're interested in like
I mean, I
the
know
Spartans and shit,
it has to take like a really fucking good movie to get me into this.
Yeah.
Like Barry Lyndon did.
Yeah.
For Victorian era. Like I don't give two shits about that era.
for this,
But
like 300, it's set in this era.
yeah, I don't care. Like I just don't find it interesting.
That's fair.
And this movie, I'm not gonna lie. First 45 minutes, I was like, this is really good.
And then you lost interest.
And then I immediately lost interest.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
like
when they,
it,
like,
like the whole
revolted?
movie is beautifully shot. Like it looks amazing.
Kirk Douglas did really good.
He did do really good.
Right.
But then I got reminded that it's 3 hours of just this, and I wanted to cry in a hole, get in fetal position, and just sit in a corner just all day.
I bought the
It's kind of
4K disc. Everything from the lighting to set design all looks so good in
It
a
looks
better
great.
quality.
yeah.
So I think it's definitely one of his best set designs for sure.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
And costumes. But I'd give costumes
This,
to Barry
I wouldn't
Lyndon.
be surprised if this was the most expensive movie. I can't deny, though, it is a really good movie. It kind of comes down to personal preference
Yes.
that I do not care.
So if
about this.
let's say you were to care, would it be a higher rated?
Yeah, probably
to
about
say.
half a star.
Next is we have the same opinion, but you're a bastard. What year is this? 1962 Lolita.
Lolita.
I wasn't dreading it. I was really excited to watch it. It's one of his least enjoyed movies.
But I disagree.
On a general level, it is one of his least enjoyed movies. But I started it, right? Boom, click play. Then first shot goes. I'm like, all right, okay,
Yeah.
this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It feels super Kubrick, and I just love that. I just love his style.
But the way it was shot,
Insane,
yes,
insane,
incredible.
insane.
Like okay, so I went into this. It was definitely my least anticipated one, because one, the runtime, two, I don't give a shit.
Yes.
But for this marathon, this is what I was most dreading. I wasn't even gonna watch it, but I had time last night, and I'm like, fuck everything. So I threw it on, and I didn't think I was gonna like it at all. I thought I was gonna give it what you gave it, but then I was like, the first half hour in, when can I spoil?
The flash
You're
forward.
not
just
gonna
say
like
that.
Lolita.
Like,
I'm not gonna like
You're
Lolita.
gonna hate Lolita.
Okay. Then
The
spoil
flash
it.
forward.
You must.
well, like the first half an hour takes place before or after.
you like
Do you
it?
know
everything.
do you know what Lolita
Yes.
is?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Guy.
The flash forward.
Oh,
First half.
it's like
Yeah. I loved the opening scene because I watched Doctor Strangelove earlier yesterday.
Peter Sellers. The
Peter Sellers.
I don't
Does he
know.
play multiple
He
characters?
does.
in
It
this
was.
one, too?
He doesn't. He plays.
He's the
He's
same
one.
character the whole
It's the
time.
same character, but he is.
No, he plays two.
No, he plays the same character, but he calls himself different. He's playing a different character, but he's the same person. Same character plays a different character.
I didn't.
In
get that.
Leota,
That's
in
interesting.
Leota or Star Trek?
Lolita.
It's basically two performances.
In
Basically.
Doctor
Yes, it's basically two.
Doctor Strange he plays 3 people.
Technically, in this one, he plays 3 too, doesn't he? He plays
Bro, I forget.
Claire.
Yeah, I don't.
He plays Claire, and then he plays the psychiatrist.
I
And he
just-
plays the police officer.
Yeah. Every time I saw him, I was like, "Hey, it's that guy."
I first saw Doctor Strangelove with Peter Sellers in it, and then I saw Being There, which has Peter Sellers as his main character, and then this one, based on these 3 movies, like
He's fantastic.
he's one of the best.
Is he English? He, like,
I think so.
He looks English
because he throws on accents really fucking well.
he's just
I think
No,
he's German in this one. I think.
He's one of the best character actors ever. In my,
I feel that.
Mhm.
He's insane.
I gotta see him in more, but I
Yeah.
think I'll agree.
Then I saw a movie called shit. It was like a whodunit movie.
Mm.
I'll throw it up on the screen.
Clue.
No, but Peter Sellers was in it, and he plays a really racist, like they put on
Range.
Asian makeup on him, like he does an Asian face.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah, and he does like a really like choppy accent. Like it's just racist. And I was like, holy shit, man, Peter Sellers, what's going on with you?
But I personally, I think he was kind of a highlight in this movie.
Oh yeah, he was
because
awesome.
especially when they get to the hotel,
And he's
and
like,
he's acting like a fucking
"Oh."
weirdo. He's like,
Yeah.
if I'm not a policeman, but he's like talking really fast, and his performance
That's
there
amazing.
was amazing. A lot of people call it weird because it's an old guy and a teenage girl relationship.
so it's the film.
Well,
is
they
based
told
on-
me about it in the car.
Yeah, it's based off of a book, very controversial book,
Right.
Yeah.
where he lusts over his 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Humbert. What a name.
His character is such a weird character that everyone's like, bro, fuck this guy. He's just being a prick, not letting the daughter. I loved his character. I loved everything about it, and the dynamic between him and prissy bitchy little Alita. It's perfect.
I was expecting this to be more vile and disgusting.
Yeah, me too.
And that's honestly why I gave it a lower rating. Like, I wish
No, I
the
feel that.
disgusting meter was the same as Clockwork Orange. If it was like as disgusting as that movie,
Yeah.
this movie I think would sell it a lot more.
But I
for
feel
me.
like, well, because I noticed that every time the scene would look like they're going to kiss, it would go to a black screen. It
yeah,
would skip ahead.
and it's because I'm pretty sure just because of limitations.
Well, it's
of-
1962.
1962.
Is it
Yeah.
is it showing
Like a
like a
demon.
disgusting way of like this guy pedophiles, or like showing like this is a love
Depends how
story?
you look at it.
It's it's shown very neutral. Like
it's interesting.
Your opinion.
Yeah. The interesting thing is the book. And this is the other thing I wish. What I know about the book, it's written from the character's perspective, Humbert's perspective, and so it's a very unreliable. Like, have you seen American Psycho?
Yeah.
It's sort of like that. That's at least the
That's who that's
impression
the
I
guy?
get. I
That's-
think in the book, there's like very
Descriptive shit.
descriptive shit of everything going on. So I was expecting it to be like very like ugh.
It's another thing like Spartacus where it was such a weird movie for him to do, but there was also factors that he really made it his own with some of the shots he used, and the narrating felt kind of on that sense, even though it's like in the book and whatever. The end was really good, but this was one of those movies where the runtime didn't bother me at all.
Oh, same.
Like I was I don't
Started
remember.
to.
I don't remember the last time I was this intrigued with a movie. So when it started with the opening scene, how it's a flashback, and then it's a flash forward, and then it comes back in the end. I loved every second of this movie.
Peter Sellers was in what the fuck it went?
Yeah, he was in one. He was in maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe. But back to
Is it-
Lolita.
Murder by Death.
Yes, that's the one.
Uh,
He's so. It's actually racist. It's crazy.
What'd you give the movie?
It was shit.
give it
gives
one
it-
and a half.
I gave it 1.5.
Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan.
Love that guy.
He was in it.
Oh, the
He's the
older
main
one.
guy, I think.
Okay,
Anyway.
I agree.
I saw a lot of resemblance with his character in Lolita and Dr. Strangelove because they both have that accent. He's a really good character actor. I
He's
agree.
great.
Wait, he's the Pink Panther?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's awesome.
Oh,
Is he the
that
guy or
makes
is he the
sense.
Pink Panther?
the guy.
Sorry, Steve Martin's the Pink Panther.
Shut up.
You should watch older movies.
I have been.
It's like
He has been. He's been a good boy.
I've been a good boy.
Yeah.
I like when you guys comment that on my freaking. He said "atta boy." Makes me feel.
I love the way he shoots his movies, like the wide angle lenses.
Yeah.
I had an issue with I was talking about last episode with Ran and Kagemusha, with how Kurosawa in his later movies he like has a really big barrier,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Kubrick kind of has the same thing with his movies, but for some reason I know specifically you don't really get into it, but like I don't know what it is with me. I just get so invested in whatever's happening.
Yeah.
Like I just eat it up.
Yeah.
I just lop it up with my dirty tongue.
Like the characters in this, they're really they're really nothing special. But I'll say by the way it's shot.
I think it is special.
The characters are amazing. It's the best part. That's the whole point of the movie.
Okay,
of the-
well, let me rephrase. The way it's shot makes the characters a lot easier to invest in, because it. Cut that out. Just go.
Yeah. All right.
Fuck's sake.
Also, for a 2.5-hour movie, the pacing is
The
perfect.
pacing is
It's
amazing.
perfect.
It is actually really good. I got a little bored
Which
at
part?
some point.
Okay, why did you give it a 3.5?
Uh,
What made you? What inner desire made you
I
rate
can't
it
see
that
a
low?
3.5. I can
I
see
don't
a
know.
4, but
To
not
be
a 3.5.
honest, I don't know. I just like it. Just
What do you have against Kubrick?
I lost something.
Yeah, what the fuck,
Explain
man?
to the viewers what you have against
Explain to
Kubrick.
Kubrick right there. Talk
Yeah.
to him. If he's ever watching this Beyond the
Yeah.
Grave, tell him.
Kubrick is with the okay.
Can you pass me that gun?
And really, I mean, why do I do it? Because I love him so much. All of his movies. Okay, I make a lot of generalizations.
Yeah.
Just in your head, get rid of The Shining. The Shining is a total exception to every generalization I will ever make. Right?
Yes.
The Shining is an exception.
Yes.
You get rid of that and just think of him as he's a pretty average director.
And then, well, no, he has
pretty
some
amazing.
good. He has
Yeah,
some good
but, like,
stuff.
He's not the iconic if he doesn't know the genre.
And for me, they are like the least immersive films I've ever seen. They're really good. They're all really well made.
Least
but
immersive as in characters you don't get invested in?
I just can't.
Give a shit.
Yeah, I just can't be in it. Like the whole time. Like we'll get to Full Metal Jacket. That feels like I'm watching a film the whole time. It's not like sometimes you'll watch like Apocalypse Now and you're in that fucking jungle like.
Shit, my bad.
Yeah, you're
He is a
in that
soundboard.
jungle.
Should we talk about Apocalypse Now?
What is that next?
We should talk about Apocalypse.
What's
now?
next?
Apocalypse Now is one of the Kubrick movies. Lolita has an average of 3.5.
Yeah, it dropped.
Yeah.
It
It dropped
really recently.
drastically.
Was it because of Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his fault completely. But I really don't think it's a 3.5.
I think it's amazing.
I don't,
Well, it's the same reason why like Licorice Pizza has a bad rating.
because of the controversy.
It's 'cause of
with
the-
age
yeah.
difference.
It's because it's a pedophile.
What is
movie.
the age difference?
I
It's not a
don't
pedophile.
think. Boo! Tomato. Get the fuck off the app. This isn't TikTok. I'm only 25 minutes in and I already hate it. Kubrick just ignored the characters' personalities from the book.
Cat.
Barbara, get the fuck off the app. So sad when I found out a hot guy turned out to be a pedo. Bella, get the fuck off the app.
Doctor
bitches.
Strangelove.
And we're
Or
back.
Doctor Strangelove is the
However-
next one. Came out
Doctor Strangelove.
in 1964.
Oh snap! This one's good.
It is good.
It is pretty good.
But like, it's also weird, like in a way, like I give a shit, but it's also so.
Mellow?
I guess so.
This is the movie where I learned to stop worrying and love the bomb.
Right.
So-
I'm gonna hit you.
See, I'm more.
I love the name. You hate it because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
right.
The
What
name is
the fuck is
awesome.
wrong
It's
with
the
so-
name is
it's so-
awesome.
It's like,
it's more than 3 words. I don't want to read it.
It's,
what
it's so pointless.
No, it's not pointless. It's it
What do you
perfectly
say?
captures the
This
whole
Doctor
film.
Strange, dude. Benedict Cumberbatch. Real good stuff.
Anyway.
He's like,
Wow,
why is
that
his name
was
Doctor
bad.
Strange? He's in it for one scene. Like, shut the fuck up.
So
That dude, Jared, that guy sucks.
I hate that.
Shout out to
the other name?
Jared.
Dr.
Shout out to
Zhivago?
Jared.
Shout out to future me.
you guys have to shout out Jared. We
You
haven't
have
done
to
it
shout
yet.
out.
Oh,
Jared.
yeah,
Shout out Jared.
Shout out to Jared.
So
I
with
fucking hate him.
with this one,
Yeah, me too.
I went into it thinking it's gonna be really boom boom pow boom boom pow.
Oh, it's just a different movie entirely.
But the comedic value to this movie. Well, sometimes I hate you guys. Sometimes I just fucking
Let's
hate
have our
you.
own conversation.
So the comedic value in this movie,
There's another
holy
name.
fuck, it's amazing.
The girl from Leota.
So what I said, well, you guys were blabbering on like fucking Barbara.
Jesus.
The comedic value in this movie,
His funniest movie.
his funniest movie for sure.
Yeah, it's a comedy.
He had a good sense of humor.
Well,
that
I laughed really hard in A Clockwork Orange when the
You. This is your worst one. This is your
This is
worst
so bad.
episode.
You gotta cut that. I thought that was pretty funny.
You know who I don't think was funny? Doctor Strangelove. His stupid arm shit. Not a fan.
he was a phenomenal character. I don't care, even though he's in it for
Like
like.
I like
Every
Steve
character was
Wells and
great.
like playing 3 different characters. I thought that was cool because I didn't see Lolita. Lolita.
Yeah, that's the
Lolita.
name.
Lolita.
Lolita. Right.
The scene where the guy's arguing on the phone with the general and he's like, "I'm more sorry than you are. We're both sorry at the same amount." That shit was funny.
It's very witty.
It is
It is
very
witty,
witty.
Yeah. George C. Scott, favorite guy.
Oh,
I
James
love
Earl
that guy.
Jones
He
was
was
in this
Buck.
movie.
Where?
Remember that?
Yeah, cameo from
He was
Dude.
the pilot.
He was a
Or
pilot.
not the pilot. He was a gunner.
He was one of the pilots.
Oh, was he a pilot? I don't know. He was someone in the
Yeah,
ship.
he
That's
was,
awesome.
no, he was looking at like area codes, I think.
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
And
So
dialogue carried.
dialogue. Well, I don't know if it carried.
I just think like how nicely it made was. Like just watching like the plane shots.
It's-
That wasn't the funny
The
part. I
plane
just
shots
loved
were
that.
so weird, and it was
It was
used.
so cool.
It was used first in Lolita, the plane shot, where he has like a toy plane in a moving background.
Yeah.
That's what
It
it
was,
is.
it was used first in
I knew it was a
Lolita,
green screen, but I didn't think it was a toy.
and then
toy.
it was used again in Doctor Strange.
What?
like-
Yeah, it was a real. It was a real plane.
It was a
against
real
a
plane.
green screen. Like what?
They flew. Okay, they had two planes, right? They had one plane there, and then
Right.
another plane with the camera on it, right?
Yeah.
They followed.
Yeah.
Is that how they actually do movies now?
No.
No.
How do they actually do
They
that?
did
all
that in
green
Top
screen.
Gun. How the hell would they film that?
Psh, I don't know, dude.
If you-
How the hell like they film spaceships in 21 Space Odyssey?
That's what I'm
still
saying.
trying to figure it
Yeah,
out.
man.
Those are real. You can't tell me
Holy
differently. They were in
shit.
space
They
for
actually-
that movie.
Did they
Yeah,
really
that's
fake the
crazy.
moon landing?
Huh?
Dude, I
Kubrick
believe it.
faked the moon landing.
I believe
Oh
it.
yeah, he did.
Dude,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
believe in the moon.
I don't believe in the moon landing. Moon landing was fake.
Yeah. It's just cheese in the sky.
It's just
right?
cheese. No, literally, if you turn the moon around, there's like aliens in it.
We are literally the
That's what
Truman.
I'm saying.
We are literally the Truman Show.
Did
Did
you
you-
know that there's no dark side of the moon?
It's 9th on my list. I gave it a 9 out of 10.
It's 7 on my list.
It's 7th on my list, but I'm gonna move. Wait.
Whoa.
No, because Lydia's in front. That's what I want.
Oh.
It's 7th on my list. 7 out of 16.
I gave it a 5 out of. Sorry. It's 5 out of 14. I give it a 9.
I gave it a 9.
I gave it a 8.
All right.
So next up is the most overrated movie in history.
No.
2001: A Space Odyssey. I will let you guys talk, then I will give my opinion.
How about Jared starts this one off?
Sure.
I went into it and I was like, okay, this is like. It didn't hit me.
The monkeys.
Right, the monkeys. But it didn't hit me that this was like the movie where it's like. Bah,
Yeah.
bah, bah, bah. Like this is classic everywhere.
Yeah, man.
So
I would rather watch Karen again than watch the opening.
I thought it was my
2001.
turn.
Why do you hate the opening of the movie?
We'll get
The
to that.
monkeys,
No,
you
keep
love
going,
the
keep
monkeys.
going, keep
It's
going.
like, it's so weird
Keep going.
because it's like it's so silly, but it like gives an actual message about like
It's amazing.
creation.
No.
Yeah, it's really weird.
The monkeys are
But-
amazing.
I was in such a tranquil state because I got bored on Spartacus, I got bored on
Yeah,
Ray Lyndon,
I'm surprised.
but this I was watching, just listening, watching the production of this girl just walk up a wall and then go through a different hallway. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
And then the SWAT, just such a good made movie, and then it just like you just watch half this movie for production and then it switches to the story about Hal. It's so good.
The whole
It
thing
gets,
is
there's
so
just like
good.
huge spaces where there's no audio. It's just
Right,
silence.
and you're still like,
and
you're
it's
still
just like, dude, they did this in 1960.
dude, literally, it's like, how are they
Whatever.
doing this, dude? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
God, dude.
It's
Yeah.
okay. I consider this the best movie ever made. I consider it the single greatest movie.
I think it's the best quality movie ever.
Yes.
I don't think it's
Like
the
on a
best
technical level, it is the
It is the-
greatest
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
ever.
I
movie. It is
feel
so
like-
ahead of its time.
I think you can't argue that, to be
Mhm.
honest.
Brayden?
No, I agree.
Okay.
Technically, on a technical level, it's one
It
of
is
the best.
mind
It's,
blowing.
and for its time, for 68,
It's like
that shit's insane.
They
for
did-
now, it's amazing.
They did it.
Yeah,
It
right.
still is.
Still, really, yeah.
It looks better than every movie I've ever seen in my life.
It's crazy.
And they did it before they landed on the moon, so I had no idea what the hell.
For
Yeah.
real. And it's like people, I think, I'm maybe wrong, but scientists like looked at it and they're like, this is like accurate.
yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's
Yeah.
insane.
Like they didn't know what it was like to walk on a different planet, but he nailed it. Like what?
Yeah.
yeah,
Like it's
It's
crazy.
amazing.
it is mind blowing.
I will say that, if that's going to be your problem, the end, and like, there's a bunch of different parts that are like weird, but still so amazing.
Yeah.
Like the monkeys, where they find like the square, like all the astronauts
obelisk.
come down and look at the square, and then at the end when he just slowly ages, and then there's like, he's like a fetus,
Yeah.
which goes into that second movie that you watched inside of shit.
What?
Because there's a sequel.
Yeah, 2010.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I read the book as well
Mm.
for school.
Re-
Well,
of the sequel or this.
no, I read the book of 2001.
It was adapted?
Yes. Parts it helps explain, like it ties the multiple storylines together in the book,
Mhm.
whereas in the movie they're kind of just completely separate. Dude, it's just so good, right?
Yeah, so.
It's just so insane.
The main guy in this, this guy,
Yeah.
he looks so. There are so many shots where I thought he's the dude from Community. I was also, I
What's
was
his
also,
name? No, we're learning that. What's his name?
Oh fuck, I don't remember. Something.
Oh,
He has a show, the Kevin McCallaghan.
Yeah.
Or something.
No.
Kevin. You guys
Kevin
keep
McAllister.
talking.
Joel McHale.
Joel McHale.
Okay.
So, I there were parts where I was a little bit bored. I think.
I can see
I can see that, but I was in such a tranquil state.
Me too. It's like
The other thing is that I had so like there are moments where it is completely silent, right?
Yeah.
Because there was a part where it was completely silent. I didn't know for how long, but something had fucked up, and so it was just actually silent. And so like he got into this airlock and all this stuff was happening, and then Hal showed up and I was like, why is it still silent? Like he's in the spaceship.
Hal's the
walking
best
around?
character in the movie.
Yeah. I had some technical difficulties too, is my point.
Yeah.
So
So
like,
I kind of took you.
it kind of like I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But it is amazing. Like, oh my god. And you're an idiot.
I don't understand what's Kubrick's like constant thing about doing intros where it's black and he like plays a whole ass.
Well, that was. I
Musical
think that's
chord.
just for.
He does that with.
No, he did that Shining.
I think that's with Spartacus too.
Yeah, Spartacus
It's
is
either-
like a 5-minute intro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I skipped over that whole thing.
Yeah, it was.
I tried to watch.
But the 2001 intro, it's silent. You hear the build up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then it just
that's
explodes
like,
on the.
that's
It's
point.
so.
It's amazing.
So amazing.
It's like because that is like the movie and it doesn't disappoint.
It
Yeah.
is the only movie that exists. I
It's
think.
it's definitely one of the best intros.
The guy
I've
who
seen
makes
to
a movie podcast.
It's.
Okay, Brayden.
Yeah.
What do you don't like?
Yeah. What?
You just
Get
said
us
you
into the
didn't-
mind
You said
of
you
Brayden.
hated it,
I hate it.
but you gave it a 7.
Give it an 8.
I gave it an 8, but I'd drop it to a 6. The reason it's not a 6 is because I can recognize its greatness. The first time I tried to watch it, I watched 20 minutes, almost committed suicide, turned it off. I did the same thing with a better mindset.
Yeah.
I got to the same point in the movie, the first 20 minutes, almost committed suicide, turned it off. So third time I'm like, what else am I going to do? So I turned it on, made it past the 20 minutes,
Wow.
and almost committed suicide. The whole first, it's like a half hour of just fucking gorillas and shit. It's
That's such a good
The monkeys were amazing.
but
I
see, that's the
genuinely-
thing with me and my taste in movies.
So
I expected a 5.
why didn't you like the monkeys?
It was
That's such a weird statement.
it was unbelievably boring.
But it wasn't so cool for like
No.
there was a whole story and they're just going
Right. They find the bone,
Yeah.
yeah, and then they
and it's like the
For
first
someone
bit of
who-
technology
Yeah.
people use.
For someone who
beating
hasn't
shit
seen
out of
the
people with it,
movie,
And then
throwing
the
them out.
and then the oh.
dude, for someone who hasn't seen the movie and like is watching this podcast, they probably think we're on crack. No, but that is such like
It's
it's
good.
such a message thing, and then
Yeah.
that transfers to the end scene where it's like higher. It's like before where we are right now when it was made, and then it's like after in like this white area of time going on.
With this one, the first half hour ruined the movie for me completely. If I were to rewatch, I would skip the fuck
What?
out of that. 100%.
I think
I'm
that just
skipping
gets
over
you
that
into
shit.
it, you know?
Yeah.
But how do
It does
you-
not. It takes me further away.
I can understand like not being in the right mindset and also like
The
You
third
do have
the-
to. It's one of the
expectations.
movies where you have to be in the mind.
the third
Yeah.
time,
Sure.
the third try, I was in the mindset. I was ready.
Right.
I knew what I was getting into, and I was hooked for 20 seconds. The intro where the music comes in,
maybe you're just not a
Perfect.
monkey fan.
but holy fuck, do I hate that first scene.
Do you remember Ad Astra?
Yes,
What did you think of that movie?
I thought it was great.
Don't spoil.
Anyway,
On a technical level, I can see 2001 being the best film of all time. Plot-wise, I don't give a fuck about
what do
anything
you mean
at
that?
all. I didn't give one shit about anything.
You're just wrong, man.
That's one.
When
of
they're
that's
like
your
running
worst take.
around the spaceship,
That's your worst
it's
take.
so awesome.
I didn't give a
It
shit.
is so cool.
And
Yeah.
I don't love it. I really like space movies. Interstellar is the best space movie. That's not a
No.
bad take. That's not a bad take.
No.
Wrong.
It's not a bad take.
No, it's
That
not.
is a bad take.
It is not a bad take.
Yes, it is.
This movie is pure style over substance.
That's not true.
It is true. It really is
it's
true.
really not.
It's just Kubrick saying, "Hey, I can do this. Suck my dick."
He's like, hey, I can make this
The
like
greatest movie.
movie without dialogue, and it's also unbelievably thought provoking.
I gave it half a star lower than you did.
Yeah, but the way you're describing,
You said if you watch it again, you give it a 6.
Yeah.
It's like Jared when he was like, I give her a 2.
Did I raise that shit down? We're not
Yeah.
gonna talk about it. Hey, who is that? What's that poster?
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
The top 100 movies.
Yeah, that's what I have.
You have it?
Yeah, I've been doing it.
Hey. Yeah, whatever, man.
And okay, we can all agree, it's my worst take, and I will admit it.
it is your worst take.
I will admit that it's an awful take, but I will never watch it
Maybe
again.
you're just not like. Maybe you just need to like grow a pair. You know. 2001 is like cinematic hypnotism.
The thing that's so good,
I agree though.
It's like it like
Visually,
like
it's
you said,
insane.
it just
It's like-
it
it's
puts you in a
hypnotism,
trance.
And then it's a good story, but
It's
like
like
half and half.
the message. Okay, it's like subtly being shot with a machine gun. You know, like how's that happen? But it happens.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's just about evolution.
See, the opening part, from the beginning of the movie to when the first gorilla is seen, that is cinema right there. You see the gorillas, fuck you.
You're stupid, man.
Fuck
Let's
the
move
gorillas.
on because I'm
Yeah,
getting mad
let's
at
get
you.
the
Wait,
hell
let's
outta
do
here.
ratings.
Oh yeah.
10 out of 10. Best movie ever made. Number 1 on my list.
That's number 2 out of 12. I
0.
have it at 9 out of 10.
Stop.
I have it
It's my only 9.
I have it an 8, but realistically, I'd say like a 6, 6.5. Realistically.
It's just
I
crazy.
have it at 2 out of 14 with a 10 out of 10, which is unusual for me for a first time watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're weird like that.
Now the rest of these, we get to shit on you guys.
Oh
We
I'm ready
got
to fight for this
we
one.
got a 10 out of 10,
Oh my god.
a Clockwork Orange.
A
Ooh.
Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
When did you change it to a 10?
Should we like
2 days after I watched it.
No, you
Should we
No,
brawl?
yeah.
You initially
9.
gave it a 10, then you dropped it to a 9, and then you waited more than 2 days to
Maybe
give
it
it
was
a 10 again.
maybe it was a month or two
Yeah.
because
That seems more legit.
because I just kept thinking about it.
Sorry.
It was in my mind the whole time. Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10.
I disagree, but
I just don't know how you can look at this movie and be like, wow, that was so great. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. When like all of this stuff, it's
I can
boring.
see it.
It's not boring.
It's all over the place.
Not boring.
It's quite fast paced.
It's
compared
okay. You're
to a
right.
lot
It's
of
not
these
boring,
movies.
but it's just
It's-
very.
There's a lot of stimulation.
It's just very like there. You know. It's not crazy. And then it's just there.
It's pretty crazy, Jared.
Is it?
It's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
insane.
it's kind of
Well, it's crazy in
The
the, sense
movie
of
is
what
the
it's about.
definition of insanity.
it's literally psychotic.
Okay, fine, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
The character, what's this droog's name?
Alex.
Alex. Alex DeLarge is one of my favorite characters of all time.
I don't know
That's
how
fair.
you. I don't know how you can say that.
Because I fucking love psychopaths, and with a character like that, directed by Kubrick, you can capture that
But there's
character's insanity unbelievably well.
But there's a good like psychopath like Harvey Bardem in No Country for Old Men, and then there's like this
Alex
guy.
DeLarge is better.
This guy's just really
Yes, 100%.
Oh,
over that character.
No Country's overrated.
Another thing, I heard people like scientists got together or whoever thinks about this kind of stuff, and they said that Javier Bardem is like the best portrayal of insanity.
Yeah,
He,
yeah.
that character is one of the best.
Yeah, and I think that's way leaps and bounds better than Alex.
I
Alex
wouldn't
is
say
just a
that. I wouldn't say
confused
leaps
loser.
and bounds, but I would say I think he is a better
But
character.
Alex,
But-
Alex for me is truly a terrifying character.
Did you guys know that Clockwork Orange is actually based on Brayden? So
That's right.
I watched this movie December 30th, 2021. At that time, I was like, I'm going to watch all of Kubrick's movies. I love The Shining. I love 2001. I think that's all I had seen at the time. I was like, ugh, and I watched this movie, and I was like, oh, God. Holy
So
God.
what don't you like about it?
Um,
Because like from the first shot where it goes into his eye
Yes.
and it pulls out and he's
Oh,
like
in the fucking club?
and then
oh my god.
the music is playing. It's like
the first scene was
It's awesome.
Was really cool. I will agree.
and then the narration comes and he's like. And then
No, I think it's just this is kind of it's not like Space Odyssey where it's like okay here's space, here's something beautiful, there you go, like love it.
Did you not like it because there's rape in it?
No, I
He loves rape.
No, I don't. I'm in his Jared, not Brayden. No, that's not why. But I just think he just threw so much into this movie where it's like, okay, here's rape, here's a society where rules don't matter.
It's
here's
one of the
these people
best
in a
atmospheres
titty
he's ever
bar.
done.
Yeah, there's an atmosphere, but it's like I think he relies too much on this atmosphere instead of like a good story and it's just like, okay, these are psychopaths. Who cares about reasoning? They're just psychopaths, and I don't think that's like a crazy great story.
Well, there's something to that though.
Yeah, but I can just be like, okay, here's a sociopath. He wrecks this entire room. That's my movie.
This is a movie no one else would ever make.
Yeah, I know, and I don't think they should. It's just that good.
Respect that. So
okay, sorry.
So I want to say I despise like torture porn movies.
It's not
hate
though.
them, gore porn.
It kind of is,
but
But
at
if
some
you
point.
just like the first scene is you see like
it's just
people
that
just
it's
grab
very
a girl
violent.
and
Like,
they just rip off her clothes.
no, it isn't gore porn, right?
Yeah.
But it is a very like vile movie, right?
Yes.
And for example, I watched Human Centipede 2 with
I want to watch
some of my friends,
We don't want to say that.
and I don't have it scored on purpose because I don't recognize it as a film. Like it is not cinema.
It's a
That
documentary.
The film is so that video. I don't what the fuck do I even call it? Like I hated it so much. Just like, and
That's where
it's hard because it's not. I can handle like crazy fucking horrifically vile shit happening. My favorite thing ever is Berserk, and Berserk. There's a bunch of demons going on. There's a lot of rape. There's a lot of like, just like
in the anime.
really deep. It's not really in the anime. They kind of cut it out.
That's where
Pornos.
we differ heavily. I think okay.
Yeah, I
this is
differ
gonna
with that
sound
too, Logan.
this is gonna sound really bad, but when I think that when a director has the balls to make a movie this fucked up, I appreciate it so much more, because this is the type of shit you'd see on the dark web, in the middle of Islam.
No, it's okay. It is fucked up, and the kahunas that Kubrick had to make it is kind of crazy.
Yes.
At the time, sure.
But it's not like mindless violence. It's like commenting on like cinematic violence in general.
Yes.
I can.
I could see that.
Like there, it is saying something
Right.
of substance, of great substance, and it's doing it as good as you can.
Yeah. I fully agree. Like genuine, it doesn't sound like I'd fully agree.
Yeah.
But I do. The other thing for me, I don't know. I just hated. Like I just was like, I don't like the cinematography. I don't like any aspect of the filmmaking.
Wow.
I
That's
genuinely
crazy.
thought that. Like I just, and then
Nothing crazed me.
he went into the he went into treatment and he was like, I was like, okay, this is actually genuinely amazing.
Yeah.
This is incredible. And then after that, I was like, I don't care anymore.
Wow.
So when I watch movies like this, I focus purely on character. So with them, the first hour is just them beating and raping people and all this shit. That helps get a better grasp at this character's mental state.
I agree, but if my characters are like that, I don't like them. You know.
That's
Yeah,
hard.
but
Very hard
So
to
for
do.
this movie, it comes down to just taste. It's
no,
like
it's like because I was thinking about this when Logan was saying. It's like I'm fine with torture porn as long as like this kind of vulgar sort of like society where you can do whatever you want. It's shown nonchalantly. Where you said it's like kind of just showing a thing on movie violence, which I would get, but I don't like that. And then if it's shown in like a Saw way, where it's like this is the main thing, two people going at it, this is the torture porn, I respect that. But if it's like, okay, this is so nonchalant, then he's gonna go back to his apartment, then he's gonna fuck two women in a very speed up thing, then he's gonna go talk to his parents. It's just all very out there, and it's not really like done in a way that I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
this is like cinema.
well,
I
I
totally
disagree. I disagree with that.
Well, that's
But hey,
you're
that's
good at
the good
disagreeing.
thing about
That's
film
right.
conversations. We keep it fruitful.
We keep it.
I don't see it as a
No,
3.5.
you guys both gave it good ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't see it as a 3.5.
we're
Not even close.
opposing, so we got to
Yeah.
say it worse
Well, I
than
gave
Yeah.
it, we both
exactly.
gave it 10, so obviously not.
For me, I feel like I'm the avatar of this movie.
Right. I
Except
agree.
Airbender or the blue guy.
Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm not. I'm the blue guy. Yeah, I'm the weird blue guy. Really tall, weird. But I'm not really the avatar, because then I guess I'd have to love it to be the avatar. But I can see why people really love it and really respect it. And I was like, because I'm like, yeah, I see that. But also, fuck you, man.
Like,
Ugh.
I think the only time I really enjoyed it was during those scenes when like Alex went into the area and he was instantly like this.
Like
And then
the middle part of it. It's like split
Yeah.
up into 3 different.
That's when it was like I was so excited to watch Full Metal Jacket because that part it's just Full Metal Jacket but just with Alex. And then also it also hit me just like it did in 2001: Space Odyssey that this is like the movie where Phineas and Ferb spoofed it like putting the eyes thing. So I was like, dude, this shit is
That is
awesome.
so sad.
Dude, have you not seen that episode? That is like,
But
No,
yeah,
I haven't seen Phineas and Ferb, the Clockwork Orange episode.
it's so good. It's so weird because Candace has to break his brothers out of the psychiatric prison.
Oh my
Does
god.
Candace get
yeah, wow.
No,
Okay,
it's he wakes up with a dream.
So anyway,
Hold on.
that shot, you don't. Fuck you.
When, okay, I just keep repeating. So the scene where he's in the chair and his eyes are just open. Okay, one, that's like one of my biggest fucking fears is not being able to blink. That's
Yeah.
so fucked up.
Yeah.
But the fact of how much thought was put into the writing that they're just gonna scar him for life so he won't do any of this shit.
That's one of my favorite shots in a Kubrick movie though. Is the shot of him with his eyes. He's like,
I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah,
that
that
he's
shot.
freaking the
I
fuck out.
love
Yes.
that.
That was done poorly. Of like him just
You're
screaming.
dumb,
And then when he
man.
came back to the
That's
his house.
What?
When he came back to his
That's
house
why.
and he like his parents are just like, "What are you doing here? This is John. He's our new friend." I just
It's kind of like,
not.
you know how when you were talking about Twin Peaks and you were like, oh, I hate this acting, man. Oh,
Yeah, 'cause the acting is actually bad.
That's how I feel with this movie. The acting of these characters.
Wow.
For real.
That's how I feel.
I agree.
It's like it's very stylized and it's very like.
Yeah, but you're literally
With, like,
Well,
classic
I don't
I
think
don't know.
I can see that with the other characters. I don't see that with Alex.
No,
that much.
no. I guess I don't
And I
see it
ca-
now.
and I do. I love that though.
Yeah, but it also reminded me. I just fucking.
And the score as well. It's
Yeah.
just perfect.
the cinematography was mind blowing.
Especially like he had no budget for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah, he purposely
shows.
like to.
It does
And
not
And
show.
well, it kind of does.
I felt like it.
yeah,
I can
like the
really see
light,
it.
like the
Really?
lighting.
Oh
is-
yeah, it looked
like-
like super
But it
low budget.
but,
But-
with the low budget, it
But
literally
it added
felt
to it. It added to it.
It
though.
does.
That's
it felt
why
like a Kubrick movie.
That's why I was never immersed because I could really tell this is a low budget movie.
Yeah,
I
but
could
it
not
still
tell.
looks great.
I could
in
not
my
tell.
I
opinion.
don't know.
Well,
The-
I think it looks amazing.
The one scene where he meets the two whores in the
It's like meant to be like really tacky and like it's meant to look kind of gross.
Yeah, exactly, and it
Yeah.
adds to
it adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's true. I just
like
not my
this
taste.
movie. It lives in its own little space. Nothing else is like it ever,
Yeah.
and I
Thank God.
like. And I think it's a
Me
masterpiece.
too.
Yeah, whatever.
I have one question.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why were the Droogs cops when they found Alex? I'm so confused on that part.
I saw it so long ago. I have no. I
Well,
don't have the
he's
context.
just
around
walking
it.
by the house previously, and then he bumps into two police. And he's like, "Oh,
Oh,
help me."
no.
And it's the two.
Isn't that
just like two guys.
because it takes place like a lot farther down the timeline?
Yeah, it's a-
like,
it's a
like
big-
then
it's a
they
big skit.
the Droogs became cops like while he was away.
It's a big
But
skit.
How?
Because here's
Who
my
knows?
guess.
There's
They're
time
the
passed.
Droogs.
My guess is
Yeah.
Alex.
Well, nobody knew
Alex
they
is
were
the ringleader of that group.
Right.
Never mind.
Alex isn't there anymore.
But that one big guy was such a prick to Alex. It's like I don't think he'd be a cop once Alex leaves.
I like when he
Well-
beat up the other droogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pushed him in the link.
I didn't
yeah.
think that was cinematic. I was like, good. I don't like.
I think
this.
I think we can all agree that droog is probably the best word
It's
ever.
no, that is
ever.
an amazing word.
Okay, I give it a 10 out of 10.
I give it a 10. It's
I give it a 7.
third on my list.
7 as well. It is. It is third last.
It's fourth on my list.
It's 9th out of 14, but it's like the lowest out of all the big movies.
That's
That's
messed up.
10 out of 12 on mine.
All right.
Here's
That's
another
awful. Holy shit.
here's another huge debate.
One that you guys are objectively wrong on.
No.
Objectively, yes.
Yes.
Objectively, yes.
Logan.
Yes.
Power to us, brother.
I
Yeah.
truly believe this is one of the best movie. It's not one of my favorite movies ever made, but
One of
I
the
will
best.
say that it's one of the best movies ever
It's-
made.
I do. You know how how I do like my when you ask me what's my top movies of all time, I
go
do
objective.
because I can't do personal.
Yeah.
Barry Lyndon, which is our next movie. Barry Lyndon
And we're starting
lands in the top 5.
Yes.
What?
Are we starting that now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Barry Lyndon lands in the top 5 of the best movies ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, you can't deny on
On an
a
objective
technical
level,
level.
you
on a
can't deny it.
technical level, it is like on a film from a filmmaking standpoint,
Yes.
all that, all the technical, not the writing aspect. mind you.
Disagree?
What?
But the rest of it.
Whoa.
But the rest
I
of
want
it.
to leave.
Okay, so here's the thing. I cannot recite one line of dialogue. I cannot recite one line.
I can't do that with any movie, so that's not really.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a particular moment. Okay, I remember he's sitting around, and then this one guy insults him, and this guy goes, "Hey, quiet, say this to that guy," and then he insults him back, and it's
Right.
like, "Get fucked."
Right.
I think this is the best atmosphere that Kubrick
It
shows.
is-
Well,
So-
here's the thing. When it comes to Victorian movies, and I believe this was like, you know, like movies like Little Women and Marie Antoinette, it's like, who cares about the plot? If it's a Victorian era, the design and the production, it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, but think
And it
about
was.
It always is.
think
when it
about
comes
what
to those
he
movies.
did though. He only used natural light.
Yeah.
So the set design and costumes were some of the best I've ever seen.
Yes.
On a technical level,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
How are you squinting at that?
What?
It's the
what?
costume design.
The
and
costume
sets,
design
like,
and
it's
sets-
It's just
insane.
every other Victorian.
No.
no, not even close.
Like the dress, like all the holy shit. I'm getting.
Yeah.
Say it.
I'm
Give me an
almost close to
example.
an orgasm just thinking about it.
But you would also compare Barry Lyndon to Little Women.
No, I wouldn't. Just the production. I compared it to Forrest Gump in my review.
Barry Lyndon compared to Forrest Gump.
I think this is a Victorian version
How the
of Forrest
fuck did
Gump.
you do that?
Because basically, he goes throughout his life, okay,
Yeah, it's
and he
just
meets
like-
all these small different things, and it's just a coming of age story of just getting older, doing different things that are just. That's how I started to enjoy the movie. Once I like understood that, and then once we got to the second half, when it's with fucking Lord Bullington, fuck that guy. With
Lord my
the-
balls.
It's
ain't
for
it?
real. And then just him being an asshole and being a total like bastard. It's just there. Like it's just such a weird.
Top 3 coming
What
of
is
age
it
stories
based
of all
off of?
time.
Barry Lyndon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing,
William
I think he-
Makepeace? No, it's basically like a old play or something.
I have no idea.
Okay, well,
Because there's
Like-
also.
Some of the shots actually look like paintings.
Yeah,
They really
okay,
do.
Okay,
I agree with that.
want to say this movie is shot like it is so incredibly well shot.
yeah.
And it is meant to look like an oil painting the whole time. So it's like a painting.
The first shot
It
I
is.
think of is when he's laying on the chair, and his legs are perfect. Like the
I've seen
everything
that
is
show before.
perfect.
When that happened, I was like, I've seen this before. but I don't know.
it's iconic. Like
Yeah, it's-
every shot is
Yeah.
like that.
It
whereas-
is.
Okay, yeah, I agree on that. I
It
just
is
thought it was my
actually
fucking,
like,
my
yeah.
PlayStation.
It's meant to look like a painting.
Yeah.
But I also got the feeling of looking at a bunch of paintings when I was watching this movie instead of watching a movie. I felt like the characters were so without anything. Like I did not give I genuinely didn't care about any of the characters, which is kind of interesting. I kind of liked because Victorian era, everybody's a shallow piece of shit loser who you can't care about because they're terrible people and you don't care about them. So I felt the same way about this movie. Like it's like the most perfect portrait of a Victorian era thing ever because it's so boring.
Barry Lyndon
It's
is a
not,
10 out
though.
of 10 character.
Because
It's so
something's okay.
Respectfully, he isn't.
He's a 10 out of 10 character.
No, he's just so.
He is.
They all
He
felt
is,
like
he's a
dolls to me.
They were so dull, and then like so many things happened to him that was like.
Yeah. Okay. No, he builds like it's like
The
He
whole-
builds to an asshole.
No, he
he's an
builds.
asshole from the beginning.
Yeah, I
Everyone's
know,
an
but he's
asshole.
supposed to be.
He
he's
starts
supposed to
off
be-
as a literal nobody and works his way up the chain to be.
Yeah.
Like a
the
a
most-
huge
like-
guy,
Yeah, but it's
and
not
then
like
he
it's
falls
not,
from.
it's
like
not
a
like a
rise and fall.
Scarface thing where it's like okay, it's a small build
I-
to being like this drug lord. He's just like does the weirdest shit to get all of a sudden just like to marry into the world.
Yeah, that's why it's great. That's the part of it is good. It's good, man.
I am
But okay,
fuming right now.
my issue is that I never once remotely
Care?
was like in any sense interested in Barry Lyndon.
Wow.
Like a character. I didn't care
I
about
wanted
him at all.
Bullington
I
to
never
kill him.
there wasn't ever a scene where I was like, okay, maybe I should care about the main character of this film. I was like, I don't look at this dude running around doing his thing without charisma. He's like doing this shit, but he also
plain guy.
somehow has no charisma because no one has charisma and they're all porcelain dolls
It was 3 hours and 5 minutes of pure greatness.
of pure.
Of mastery.
It is
of
beautiful.
It's
Mastery.
literally. It's. If someone asked me what's art, Barry Lyndon.
Yeah.
It's literal art.
Now, here's what I'll say. I think you can take a picture or you can take a screenshot of this film,
Put it in a frame.
put it on a frame, put it in a museum, and people will think that it's a painting, like
So,
an actual painting,
Off that,
which is amazing.
based off that, how is it a 3.5?
Could not give a single shit. I couldn't give half of a like. You know you go to the toilet and you have to go poo and you try to shit and you just
Absolutely.
only fart. You only fart. And you're like, what the hell is going on here? I couldn't
Oh,
even
you
do
only
that.
fart. This is only fuck, bro.
I was hooked every.
Yeah.
It was the first time in a long time that I've been hooked to a movie this long.
If Brayden's gonna become such an asshole this entire movie, it'd be a great ending for the guy.
Yeah, but there's so much like working pieces to that though.
yeah, there's too many working pieces that just don't make that just
Wait,
they don't
okay,
matter.
that's not a very good argument. That's not a very good argument.
What?
Because it's a 3-hour movie about his whole life. You can't argue.
Yeah,
that
but then there's like,
too many
okay,
working
he starts off
pieces.
with, okay,
You
I'm
can,
dating my
but-
sister.
but
That
it's
goes
not, though.
I'm dating my cousin. That goes
Yeah.
nowhere. I'm dating a German girl. That goes nowhere. I go in 2 world wars.
But
it
it
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
go nowhere.
It's-
It's a huge step in his process of getting to the top.
It's all like,
No, barely.
He goes
on
through-
like chance, just like Forrest Gump.
yeah, but that's part of what makes it good. I wanna argue on these guys' favor here.
Dude, it's just.
Even
His
though
his come up is one of the best.
and then his
stories.
fall is just
His
like,
fall is fantastic.
There's no fall. Barely any fall.
yes, there is.
I remember
If Bullington just killed the fuck out of him in that stupid ass duel.
That duel at the
That
end.
duel was so
That duel
good.
at the end is one of my
I
favorite
actually-
scenes of all time.
I don't even remember. Oh no, I do remember the duel.
When
He's
he's
in
in
the
the-
barnyard,
when he's in
and
the
then
barn.
and then the
Okay, that
gun
was
fires off, and the tensity.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
is insane. Like
I don't know
actually
how you
insane.
could say that. I'm literally just like, are you kidding?
This movie was made in 1975.
for.
Okay, let's
For
move
Barry
on.
Lyndon.
Agree to disagree.
We're not moving on yet.
What else
Yes.
is?
We're moving on.
Yeah.
I'm getting mad.
We're gonna
Barry
fist fight
Lyndon
after
is
this.
a 10 out of 10 movie. It's objectively top
Man,
5 of all
man.
time.
Barely even. It's behind.
You gave it a good
It's
rating.
higher
It's
than
good.
I'm
It is
sorry.
good. It is good.
It is fantastic.
But I will never watch it again.
The
Yeah,
thing is, though, I want to watch it again.
Me too.
Maybe-
Hey, as
you know
soon
what?
as it ended, I wanted to watch it
Yeah,
again.
It's
I think maybe when I'm 75 years old, I'll watch it again.
Yeah. Maybe when I'm on my
I might
deathbed.
actually love it. I might love it when I'm 75 years old.
And
no.
then
I
I'd be
hope
upset.
both of you guys like
Get cancer and die.
no.
The best
I
way,
understand
the
how
best
I
way to say is
I
just
think-
grow the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
Grow up
Maybe
and
in 5
love it.
years,
Become a
when
dream.
Maybe
you
in
grow a
5
pair of balls,
years, yeah.
you might like it.
Get to it.
Next movie?
No,
Wait,
no,
wait.
no. Where's it on your list?
Oh,
Tell the audience.
it is 8 out of 12.
Below the Killing.
The Killing, I enjoyed my time. I had a blast.
Below Doctor Strangelove. And below Eyes Wide Shut is so fucking high.
Yeah, man.
Holy
Wow,
shit.
boobies.
Okay, next up.
Wait, I didn't even say
go.
my
Go.
rating.
It doesn't fucking matter. It's the same place.
It's 8 out of 14. It's a 7.
Both wrong takes.
I
Yeah,
feel
what-
Okay,
you-
now we can all agree on a movie.
Oh,
The best horror movie ever made. Nothing will ever compare.
Oh, okay.
The Shining.
Oh!
I watched
Me
it
too.
twice. I watched it twice in October. It's the best. It's on a different level
It's just so
than
good.
any other horror movie.
It's just so good. Like, people who haven't seen it, I keep trying to tell my sister this. She's like, oh, I don't want to watch horror movies. I'm like, dude, if you don't see this movie, you haven't
You will
lived.
die. You will go to hell.
It's
Dude,
more. It's
seriously.
more than a horror movie. to me.
Jesus must be a Kubrick fan.
It's the best thriller. It's the best
So
in one of
good.
my
It's
points.
such a quotable movie
in,
and such a spoofable
in,
movie.
in one of my opinion, Jack Torrance is one of the best crazy people of all time.
This film has single-handedly ruined horror for me.
I feel the
I
exact
cannot
same
watch
Okay.
anything
because
on a remotely like I can't like
I don't even see this as a horror film.
no it's
no, it's
transcends
on
the
a
universe,
god
man.
tier.
This is
It's
unreal.
not horror.
Yeah, it's
unreal.
not
Because
horror. It's
every
just
time
like-
I watch a horror movie, I'm like, this compared to The Shining, it's
Yeah.
dog
I don't
shit.
compare because I think like
You can't compare
horror
it, or else
movies
you
in
won't like
my,
anything
in my
like it.
mind are just like suspense. This is not suspense. This is so much more.
I don't know if I've ever put it on my top 4 on Letterboxd, but just know it's always right next to it.
Yeah.
It's always there. It's like whoa.
Dude,
Yeah, I agree.
So on my first watch,
we know.
my first watch was weird because it was, the first watch was
Jared,
June 12th.
Mm.
January, February,
You
April,
have
May,
2.
June.
5 out of 5.
No, I gave it an 8, then I gave it a 9, then I gave it a 10.
No, I mean
Oh, you're-
Kubrick.
Oh, what,
On your
Kubrick's?
list.
Yeah, Space Odyssey and China.
It's my only
So
5 out of 5.
on my on my first watch of The Shining, I watched it just shy of a month later after I started developing taste.
Mm.
I still gave it a 5 because it was phenomenal. But I said I didn't like Shelley Duvall.
No, she's commits. Holy fuck.
Well,
And then on my
she got literally
she got
Like,
put
abused.
through the ringer.
abused into
Yeah.
committing.
But
and
that's
on my
incredible.
second
Hey, man,
watch,
never mind.
on my second watch, I paid more attention to her character, and she's such
Oh my
a
God.
great supporting character.
Dude, she's
to
so
Jack.
good. Like she just makes Jack's character. Like if she was just like, oh no, to like Jack yelling at her like
Yeah.
that, her terror
Yeah,
makes the insanity more. Like her like pain. Oh my god,
it is.
it's incredible.
And that final shot, it adds so much without
Right.
telling you like, it's just like that perfect ambiguous ending.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, okay, I feel like you are the only one who might get mad at this.
What?
I don't know, but fuck Stephen King, alright? Fuck that loser bucket.
Okay, you gotta explain yourself.
Yeah, why?
He hates
Because
The
he-
Shining. He can't comprehend that he's a bad writer.
What?
Have you
He's
read
not
his
a bad
book? Have you
writer.
read his books?
No.
Oh.
No, but like
How was he a bad
there's a Shining movie or miniseries.
No shit.
There's,
What is it?
there's a Shining miniseries,
Is it good?
and it sucks because it's very faithful to the book, and this is like not faithful at all. And it's like
yeah. Isn't that called like 200?
We can all agree that it's a 10 out of 10
So
movie,
good.
best horror movie of all time.
I think it's like
on a different
out of
level.
all of the Kubrick films, like I've noticed that like the endings always like throw me off. This is such a solid ending.
Start to finish, it's phenomenal.
So good.
And the opening where it's flying over the lake,
yeah,
and you get
yeah.
the score. I okay, this is a bad take again. I think the opening to this is better than the opening to 2001.
I agree.
I don't agree.
It's
I love
close.
I don't agree at all.
But I think
Not
it's
at all.
fair.
Because it's two different feelings with me. With Kubrick, I go in, I'm like, oh, I'm fucking ready. Like when I watch Space Odyssey, when I watch Shining, I'm like, I'm ready. When I watch like 2001 Space Odyssey, I'm like, come on, send me. That's all.
Yeah.
With this movie, with a lot of horror movies, I don't get genuinely like internally terrified. Jump scares will get me and suspense will kill me. But with this movie, I was genuinely like terrified because it's so immersive.
Yeah.
Immersive.
This is one of the most immersive films of all time.
Immersive is the
And
right word.
I don't like I think that Kubrick is very unimmersed. Like he doesn't immerse me. But this movie, I was
The craziest
The
thing.
Shining.
Yeah. The craziest thing about this is it's immersive. But I saw a rating where it was like, this is the #1 movie people rate as the best movie to stay in one place. It doesn't even feel like that. It is in one location, just in this whole.
But there's
it's
so
in the
much
overlook.
to this location.
Yeah. But it's just.
The
You know-
set is so huge that it's like, it's like barely.
Yeah. The
Iconic.
scene where
I don't know how you don't like Doctor Sleep. I seriously don't.
Doctor
don't
Sleep
like
is
Sleep.
so. Okay.
Were
so,
you the one that rated it bad?
yes,
Yeah, I
because
haven't
it's
seen
fucking
it.
Oh,
sucks.
okay, right. You saw Solo and hated it.
Yes,
Okay, right,
that
okay.
insulted me.
So Doctor Sleep is okay. Let's take The Shining. Okay, it's phenomenal. It's on its own pedestal.
Right.
Cool. Let's make a 30-year later sequel
It's good.
and make it fucking horrible.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's not good. There's nothing good about it.
They had to add more things that wasn't.
But
Yeah, who cares?
everything they added was horrible.
All right.
Yeah, but it
here's
doesn't
my-
really affect The Shining. It's
Because
just.
Yeah.
I went into it, Ewan McGregor plays, and
No
I
one
don't
cares.
give a fuck
That's what I
about
don't like.
this.
The scene where Shelley Duvall is running up the stairs, and it's like, and then she looks and she turns the corner, and there's the like bear
My
guy.
head, like your
It's
mom.
so weird.
I was like, that's actually one of my favorite scenes.
It's so.
Because I was not only dying laughing in my head, but also mortified. Like I was like,
Because Kubrick said it himself that scene, it wasn't even in the script. It just came
He
up.
just found a
It
guy.
it just came up somewhere, and he's like, "Let's get this guy given head to bear dick." And like I understand it because it's like it's another one of the ghost things where it's
Yeah.
like this happened in the hotel once. Who the fuck needs that? It's nothing. But
Oh, it's so
But it's
good.
awesome.
but it's not. There's nothing about it that's bad, because that's the part where she's going crazy and everything's happening at once. You get a guy sucking a bear dick.
Yeah,
And it's
and
like,
it's
sure.
It's like so hilarious and also kind of terrifying.
It's almost a little bit of relief,
Mhm.
comedic relief to
Especially for the guy getting.
like that shit is fucking awesome.
Oh,
It's such a
wow.
stupid scene, but oh my god, is it good?
The first time I watched The Shining, it was before I developed the taste I currently have now.
Yeah.
And I liked it back then.
Yeah.
So it's like undeniable, right? And then I rewatched it with the taste I have currently, and I loved it back then, and I was just blown away the second time.
Watch it. Was it like your third time? When was it when we watched it for History of Horror? Do you remember?
That was the second time I watched it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was fuck. And then the do you remember the transition to the what's it called, the maze?
Mm-hmm. Oh, from like.
Yeah, it zooms into the fucking diagram of the maze.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zooms
yeah.
into the diagram of the maze and then it transitions.
Oh.
I was like, how did they do that?
Yeah, that's great.
I was like, wait, how did they do that?
I think
How did they do that?
I don't know.
I think it's the best '80s movie too.
That's
I don't-
fair.
It's
Yeah.
one of the best
Okay.
movies ever.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was so okay. I forgot to say about 2001, but this is literally a revelationary movie for horror.
Revolutionary.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Revelationary.
What
He
does
did
that
that.
mean?
He did.
Revelation. It's similar.
It's like
Oh, okay, revolutionary.
Eureka. That's
Yeah.
revelation.
Eureka. So it is kind of.
Huh?
You're kind of right.
Revolutionary is what I meant,
Yes.
Yeah.
and no one will ever make a horror movie like it.
Just talking about it, I'm gonna go back to you. I don't know how you can place it like 2001: Space Odyssey above The Shining. Just from talking about it, or remembering the movie, like I don't know how you can do that.
I am more blown away at 2001 than I am with The Shining.
But which
How
one?
many times have you seen 2001?
Twice. I've seen 2001 twice, and I've seen.
So, do you genuinely like 2001
Yes,
more?
I do.
Really?
I think so.
The Shining to me is well. If
I think okay. If I were to rewatch, I think Shining's more rewatchable, because for 2001 you have to be in the mind space.
Yeah.
But I think 2001 is not quite a bit better, but it is decently better. But both movies are literally perfect, so I you know.
They're perfect in different aspects.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I also just like space movies a lot, so I just like.
That's why I
Have
find
you
it
seen
weird you don't
Gravity?
like Interstellar.
What do
Gravity.
you mean I didn't like Interstellar?
Like you didn't like it as much as I thought you would. I thought you would have given it a 5.
Oh no.
'Cause
Yeah.
we can talk about
Best.
that if you want to,
The best.
because I got some opinions on that. bad
What did
boy.
you?
Okay, let's go.
You didn't like Interstellar?
I don't like the ending.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Because-
ending's dog shit.
Grow
It's
the
also,
fuck up.
It also
The ending
Grow
is
up.
dog. That's a very average take. The ending
It's-
is dog shit.
Yeah, if you're 9,
No.
it also
the
like,
ending is
hits.
not
It's a
done.
bit weird.
It's
It's a bit of a weird.
Yeah, but I
ending.
find it
Yeah.
weird in a phenomenal way.
Okay, here's the thing. It's a sci-fi fantasy, but they present the fantastical elements as science. And so then when you're like, well, we're in a bookshelf now, it's like, what? It's a bit like,
There's no like build up to the fantasy elements. It's just like, oh, now
yeah.
now
there's-
I'm pushing over the book and
Yeah.
I'm the ghost that.
But that's how
His
you,
daughter
you guys
saw.
are looking at it so weird. You guys are looking at
No, but-
he's in a bookshelf.
But here's
He's
the
in a
thing.
different dimension.
Yeah,
How do
exactly.
you fucking get in there?
Here's the thing, right? The whole movie, almost every fact, every thing that they discover that they do is completely inaccurate. There's not a hint of accuracy throughout most of this film, I think.
Do you care about that?
No, but they present it like it is accurate. So then when you throw this thing that's you can't even it's completely what the fuck? It takes a lot of people by surprise. It's why have they done
But
this?
it's not a good surprise.
And it's not a good surprise. It's
Yeah.
But we will say
it feels not earned.
But it's a
there's-
great movie.
Hans
There are
Zimmer.
hints to it, but oh,
A lead.
What did you rate Interstellar?
I think it's a 7.
I'm gonna bash my fucking head.
I need to rewatch it because
it's really good.
because since I like Space Odyssey so much, I see similarities.
You should rewatch Interstellar because
Yeah.
I liked it more in the second
Right.
watch.
You watched it
but-
twice?
I've realized so
Yeah.
many movies from Kubrick remind me of something else. Like,
Because he influenced.
He's
yeah,
he
that's
influenced
why that
so
he
much.
influenced so much. Yeah.
one of the most ever.
Yeah.
I only see that with 2001 The Shining.
Really, not with the
Full
war
Metal
movies?
Jacket.
Oh, Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal
Yeah.
Jacket was Human Condition, but worse.
Human Condition 2.
Okay, we should move on.
Guess
Yeah.
what? It's better.
Moving on.
Wait. What's your rating on The Shining? Just a question. I'm so curious.
Yeah, I
Tens,
wonder.
it's tens all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Is it
it's
your
tied for
perfect-
first.
It's
Time
my
for-
second.
And it's both of our firsts.
Yeah.
Right? Or is yours 2001?
No.
I'd say it's on the same level technically with Barry Lyndon. If I were to
Whoa.
We still got 2 more movies to go.
that's not right. I lied.
Okay, next movie.
Next
Let's go.
movie.
Hurry it up.
This is gonna be a bitch.
I'm so sorry.
Next up, we have Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Cut that out.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Let's restart.
What?
Alright.
Next,
Can I say my joke again?
no.
Next is The
I'm
Human
using
Condition
that.
2. Road to Eternity. No, is that the third? I don't care. I'm gonna try and get a Full Metal Jacket helmet.
The first half of Full Metal
I want
Jacket.
the mask from Aqua Shot.
Oh yeah.
Can we talk about the movie?
Yeah.
The first
Yeah,
half is insane.
The
Yes.
first half.
So I
is-
was like,
Bro, I'm leaving the podcast. First half is better than the second half.
Yes.
First half is
Yes.
just better. Like
And you see the first half.
That's true.
speak.
You see the first half done in movies like Jarhead and
what do you call it?
Human Condition 2.
huh?
Human Condition 2.
Shut the fuck up.
What?
You see the first half where he's
Military. He's part of
just
the.
fucking
boot
talk
camp.
about it. The boot camp.
What's it
You
called?
see-
It's for the Marines.
You see the boot camp done in so many movies today. Not even close to
Right,
the
the
same level.
perfection.
No,
Yeah.
I mean that guy. You can't beat that
The
dude.
drill sergeant.
The drill
was
sergeant.
an
Yeah,
actual
he won a
drill
Golden
sergeant.
Globe for that
Yes.
performance. I
Yeah,
didn't
did
know
they
that.
give him a script or he's just like go wild?
I think
I think he just walked on
both.
set.
No. The thing is, they didn't. It was another actor originally. Did you hear about the drill sergeant?
Oh,
story?
kind of.
Yeah. It was a different actor apparently, and then the guy you see in the movie, he was like an
Oh,
off camera. He was an
he was to
actual drill.
consult.
Yeah, he was to consult the actor,
Yeah.
the drill sergeant actor.
So they just gave him the part.
Yeah, and they were like, dude, this guy's awesome. Let's just cast him as the
Yeah.
drill sergeant.
Yeah.
So
The fat dude.
Vince
He
DeVox.
was so awesome.
He was fucking great.
Pile.
Yeah.
In the end, or at the end of the
Kingpin.
first part,
Dude.
is that who it is?
Yeah.
Turns into Kingpin? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In the first part,
What?
at the end of the first part, where he's
yeah.
just fuck me, man. This is fucked up. At the end of the first half,
Yeah.
when he's just repeating, "This is my rifle. Without me, my rifle is nothing. Without my rifle, I am nothing."
Yeah.
And he's going crazy, and he kills the drill sergeant. That shit's insane. It's
Mhm.
awesome.
The soap stuff, like you can see his pain. Like that's the good psychiatric stuff that like fear and desire and like Clockwork Orange is kind of missing. That's not talking about Clockwork Orange. But I just feel like that's such a good show of losing insanity and like this guy just being alone.
Kubrick does losing insanity very well.
Yeah, I think he's
I
What
think-
movies of his aren't about losing insanity?
Shining.
Losing
Lolita.
insanity. Well, Shining is that.
Yeah.
No,
No,
one
he
with
said
R.
the ones aren't.
Oh, I think I said R. Sorry.
Barry,
Sure.
Barry Lyndon, kind of,
Barry Lyndon, yeah.
in a way.
Eyes Wide
No
Shut.
way.
No, he gets insane from.
Yeah, he
Eyes
goes-
Wide Shut, he goes
Paranoid.
insane.
The Killing.
The Killing.
The Killing is
Seafarers.
Paths of Glory. Not Kirk. Douglas doesn't go insane.
But all the
Spartacus.
other, but all the
Oh,
soldiers.
Can
Holy
we get
shit.
back to that line in Paths of Glory where he's like, "There are times where I'm utterly ashamed
Let's
to be
move
a
on.
part of
That's
the
my
human race."
quote.
Is that your quote?
I would give
I said a good
Full
quote.
Metal. Okay, the second half is worse. I do admit.
Yeah, I hate the end. How it's
I
like,
love the second half though.
I
Yes,
know.
it's.
It is
Well,
good.
I like it a little bit.
I think.
I think I'm gonna.
I think on rewatch it'll be a 5, but right now I got it at a 9.5.
I just don't like how it's one sniper and it just takes them so fucking long to even move ahead. It's just such a,
Well, that's
a
what war's
stupid
like. though.
ending.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know it's realistic, but that's just such a weird ending.
No, that part was good. Actually, I'm putting it up.
I give it a 10. That's
Really?
Yeah, I give Full Metal Jacket a 10.
I
And
get it.
where does it place?
I
on
didn't
this?
realize. Okay, I literally just now connected the dots and realized that 1987 is after 1980. I didn't. My point. I didn't realize this movie came out before or after The Shining. thought
I
it
can
came
see
out,
that though.
I
I
thought
can
it
see
came
how
out.
that's confusing.
I thought it came out before.
Full Metal Jacket's number 5 on my list.
It's number 5 on mine.
You want to check out this
Number
shit?
7 out of 14.
Number 3 in that.
Can we also say
That's-
Matthew Modine?
You
Very
did-
good performance.
You swapped it, eh? You did a little swappy.
Did you have it out of 4 before? Fuck you.
Respect.
Now we have the movie he never got to see.
I'm gonna cry.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Ooh.
His final
He
film.
took an over 10-year break.
Yeah.
Holy
And then
shit.
dropped
I wish he had
Baseball.
made more movies, man. I wish he
Yeah.
had lived longer.
Why do you have to
said
have a
that.
heart attack and die?
Like, seriously, dude.
So fucking selfish.
He
of him.
died like
Yeah,
he died like a week or 2 before the premiere.
yeah.
Ugh.
And I think
No, I think it was a week after the filming wrapped.
Fuck that guy.
it might have been.
It was like.
But I think this movie is everything he would have wanted it to be.
It's really
He
good.
called it his best movie.
That's not
Yeah.
true.
He was
Yeah,
dead.
He called it.
He
No.
was dead.
He filmed the fucking movie. He knew what it was gonna be like. He called it his best movie. But it's not.
For me, I don't
But
see that.
It's great.
It is.
It's not his best movie.
It's so good. It's
But
like
it's
loved
really
it,
good.
though.
when I first watched
I'm
it.
surprised you like it as much as you do. Knowing you,
I'm a post 9. No.
post 9/11 guy.
I'm a post The Shining.
I watched this movie. I watched Eyes Wide Shut in 2 different times, and both of them I got such different experiences from.
Yeah.
Because the first time it was like 3 a.m. and the suspense of like them knowing where he is, and like after that, you know,
Like this
naked
guy.
scene happen.
This is a movie I don't understand the 5-star ratings. This is one of those movies.
I get them.
I get it, but I also don't think this is a movie.
Yeah, okay, so I watched this. I just remember because I looked at this review. I watched the first chunk of this movie, in the morning, and then I realized, oh shit, I have to get to photography. I don't have a spare. So I left. I went to photography. I came back and I finished the movie. In between that, when I was in photography, I was looking at the ratings. I was like, this is all right. This is all right. This is okay. And then I saw this review where this guy was like, Stanley Kubrick shot After Hours and thought, what if it wasn't funny? And I was like, wait a minute. And then I was like, this is amazing. So that's my
for
story
you.
on why I like
I'm
it. So
That's
much.
like me and Pulp
fucking
Fiction.
confused.
You know what? The movie After Hours?
Yes.
It's like that. If
It's
it
not
wasn't
really
fun-
though.
No, it isn't. It isn't. But I looked at it. I looked at the film through that lens. I was like, wait a minute, this is awesome.
I hate you.
I was an
That's
avid.
awful.
I was an avid Tom Cruise hater, and I still hate him as like a
I
human
don't.
being.
I didn't like this
But,
performance.
Yeah, well, he's a bit of a moron.
In this one, I liked it the first time. The second time, I was like, yes.
This
Yeah.
might be his best performance in my opinion.
No.
Whoa.
No.
Have you seen Magnolia?
Have you seen him in Tropic Thunder?
He's better in Tropic Thunder than he is
Yeah.
in this.
I have not seen Magnolia.
You should.
No, you would like it.
Yeah.
That's a 3-hour movie that it's like rapid paced. If you get bored by that, you are fucking.
You're
brain
stupid.
dead.
Okay, I thought shut. A lot of tits.
Nathan.
I was kind of hoping for more porn.
What were your guys' thoughts on Tom Cruise's performance?
It was
alright.
all right.
Yeah, at first I was like, Tom Cruise is kind of ruining this, cause everyone else is like amazing, and Tom Cruise is like, eh.
Yeah.
I grew on because the movie like primarily just focuses on Tom Cruise, and like some PTA movies, Licorice Pizza and Hard 8, it really felt like he got into the role as the
Yeah,
movie went along,
That's true.
and I ended up loving the shit out of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love the aesthetic of this movie.
Yes.
It's so like weird, and
Dreamy.
shit, and,
The,
like,
the nighttime
Oh.
scenes were really good.
I
When
know
the
it was
costume
perfect.
place.
I love the costume, the mysterious part.
I love the two Asians that are just banging that one girl.
She
That
was
one.
fine. Really good.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? That still doesn't have an answer. Like, that's what I said. I was like, why? That wasn't answered. Neither was Nicole
Yeah,
Kidman
but
having
then
a dream
why? Like,
that
why
was
does
similar
it
to
matter?
that
Fuck-
fucking.
Fuck Nicole Kidman. She was
Why?
hot, but
Why
I
do you
really
think
didn't
you need
care about
answers,
her.
Jared?
Well, it just doesn't make
Why
sense.
do you think things
You,
need
you
answers?
know Mulholland Drive?
Yeah?
No, was there anything answered to that movie?
Yes. She was just. She had
What
a
was
dream.
answered to that movie?
That's a good point. What happened to that guy popping out of the back
Yeah,
of the
there's so
thing?
much
Yeah,
weird.
that whole
Scared
part,
the
that
fuck out
whole
of me.
character, yeah.
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut was really good.
It kind of reminded. It kind of reminded me a tiny bit Lynchy. Maybe
Yes.
it's because
Oh, yeah, I agree.
there's a little bit of Lynchy.
But
in there.
um,
He's like way more Kubrick though.
yeah. Yeah.
I just don't. I think I think Tom Cruise's acting was not lovable, and neither was Nicole Kidman's character. Because she, like, for the first half of the movie, she's just like.
She was a nobody the whole
She was.
time.
She had
Yeah,
good
she really
performance.
did nothing for this movie to
She
get
had
really
a-
get good.
Who?
Kidman.
Oh yeah, she was fantastic.
She was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She has really nice
To make
taste,
sure.
too.
In what?
Psychosexual.
Yeah. This is a sex movie.
Yeah.
It ranks ninth
They
on my
should
list.
they should just call this movie Sex.
They should call this movie Boobs.
Ooh.
I
And
like
then
that.
doesn't it have the record for the longest tracking shot?
I don't know.
No.
Does it?
I think.
No,
No way.
1917 does.
No, it doesn't.
Shut up. Just
Okay,
do
what did
that.
you guys do for on your rank list?
Ninth?
I put a 7th.
It is number 4.
Wow.
Really?
Holy shit.
Someone liked.
It's a really good movie.
I put it 6 out of 14.
In conclusion,
Kubrick
Kubrick is my favorite.
Mid as hell.
Even though I was telling you this in the car, even though I rate more
This is
movies
funny at all.
higher on Kubrick's side, I still think Tarantino's a better director and still my favorite.
Kubrick's top 5.
Wow, you agree?
Yeah.
Kubrick's top something.
It's top 5.
I don't have like I can really
You can
immensely respect everyone who loves him that much, and I can really see his technical level. All of his movies are like, bro.
I don't see how people can hate him, though.
But I don't connect like something about his movies. I just like,
Is that because
most
of
them
who you
don't.
are right now? Like, do you think if you were to watch it another time, you'd be able to connect easy?
I think maybe with some of his movies, but maybe I do have to wait 15 years. Yeah.
Maybe they're telling the truth.
maybe that
Maybe
guy
they're
was
telling
right.
the truth.
Yeah, like honestly, he could be right, because who the fuck knows?
Mm-hmm.
But for now, he's.
Who is that? So next episode, we're gonna do Genius, the Kanye trilogy. We're gonna do Euphoria. We're gonna do Batman, and
Batman.
whatever you recommend.
Okay,
Yeah, I know.
not a movie.
Oh.
I think you guys, this is a very interesting
shit.
recommendation. It's
How long is it?
250 minutes. It's a short series.
Okay.
Very short. It is a anime. It is Ping Pong the animation.
Oh, that's hype as fuck. That's hype.
I want to see that so
What is
bad.
it on?
Yes.
What is it on?
Nowhere.
Funimation.
Yeah, it's on.
I'm not buying a subscription.
But-
I can watch it on Google. That's a really good
That's a good-
recommendation.
Thank you.
Because you and me talked about that not that long ago.
That
Like-
that
Have fun
shot.
watching ping pong.
No, that shot right there. That animation looks sick.
Yeah,
It looks sick.
Actually, yeah.
It looks like it has a little bit of haiku.
You're lucky I haven't
Animation.
already watched that.
Yeah,
I've almost
I'm
started
proud.
it so many times.
yeah. I'm catching it right now.
I was-
We're gonna
I
talk
was
about.
not expecting that.
We're gonna
It's a
talk
good one.
about Ping Pong the animation.
Yes.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
We
Yes, it
rushed
is.
Full Metal Jacket and that was my shot.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
because we've been filming for